Hi, and welcome to another episode of Dave in Korea. I've been in Korea just over 2.5 weeks, and so far everything is perfect. It has been sort of amazing for me about how easily I've been able to integrate myself into this society, into this country, and basically adapt myself or begin to adapt myself. So far at school where I teach, everything has been going great. There's been a few problem students, but they're sort of being weeded out. This week was incredibly hectic because we had end of semester exams. Our semester finishes on the 27th of August, and so this week has been all the exam weeks, and then next week is sort of the evaluation period when we get back to the report cards. So I've been giving speaking tests and listening tests for the past 3 days. I've been speaking tests are basically asking the kids questions and listening to them in response. Basically, most of the kids have been doing great. They have a real grasp for the language. They can complete full sentences. Their grammar needs a bit more tweaking, and their pronunciation needs a lot of work, but it's there. They have the sentence structure down. They just need to practice. Other students, unfortunately, just don't want to be there. It's a shame because this is a private school and their parents have to pay, and so basically their parents are paying for them to fool around for a day. I have especially one problem kid in one of my classes who just comes in late every day, doesn't pay attention, is completely um, very disrespectful, not only to myself but to the other students around him, and he just basically brings down the entire class. The class itself is not bad. There are a few slow students, but they want to learn, and I just need to get to them. But it's hard when I have that one student, who basically makes it almost impossible for me to help them when I have to discipline him every day. But other than that, almost all of my students are great. Um, Looking forward to sort of getting onto a normal schedule in September. Right now, my schedule is all over the place. Today, I taught 9 classes, pretty much from 9:30 in the morning till 7 at night. I was teaching with only about an hour break for lunch. But I'm told that in September, the schedule sort of shifts more into late afternoon, early evening. So I would be starting around 2:30 and finishing at 9, which is perfect. I would have pretty much the entire day to do stuff, not go do tourist stuff, but maybe at night go out, sample the local nightlife, and basically not having to worry about waking up and teaching with a hangover or teaching still drunk. Um, in terms of that, this past weekend I went to the National Museum of Korea in Seoul, and it was absolutely beautiful. The outside is basically surrounded by this Chinese pagoda garden, and inside you have pretty much the entire cultural heritage of Korea, which is set basically from Neolithic times all the way up to the present. What I found to be particularly interesting was the exhibit on the Hangul, the Korean language. Basically, I learned that Korean is derived from Chinese, sorry, and that basically it is a nationalistic language. They took Chinese and sort of reformed it to make it Korean. It's a nationalistic language, which I find to be incredibly amazing. It wasn't just a language that was inherited by, occupiers or a colonial government. It was their own language that they derived for themselves, which I find to be fantastic. Another exhibit that I found truly interesting because I studied this in university was print. Basically, the Chinese and also the Koreans basically had typeable, movable print decades, if not hundreds of years before Gutenberg, which I find to be incredible, just because the impact that the print has had on the Western world. What with the Gutenberg Bible, followed by basically the Protestant Revolution and everything that happened afterwards. It was happening in Korea 300 years before Gutenberg ever invented the first type. Um, After that, on Sunday, I finally went swimming for the first time since I came to Korea. I managed about 2 laps before I, quickly succumbed into cardiac arrest. But the important thing is I found a pool, World Cup Olympic Park, which is great. Um, Basically, it's about 8,000 won to get in. Bit on the expensive side, but it's worth it. Not only do you get to swim, but you get to go to the Korean spa, or how I like to call it, the Fountain of Youth. Korean spas are incredible. Basically, you hop from cold pools to warm to scorching hot, back to sort of lukewarm to freezing cold. Then you go into saunas, which are like ovens, and it's all topped off. You basically get completely clean and get revitalized. I walked out of there, especially after swimming. I swam for about a good 45 minutes. Then I went into the spa for a good another 40 minutes. I walked away. I felt like I was melting. Um, and I'm definitely going to go again. I'm going to go more frequently once my schedule sort of becomes normal. Other than that, I have been sort of laying low. I'm kind of running low on funds. I've been told that I could borrow from my fellow teachers, but I don't want to do that until absolutely have to. I absolutely hate being in anybody's debt. But basically, I get paid on September 10th. So until then, it's gonna be alone at home eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm still gonna try to go out and do touristy stuff on the weekends, and especially go swimming on the weekends. Excuse me. Especially go swimming on the weekends, but no nightlife, no going out to Sandbond or Anjan and getting completely wasted on past beer, like I did this past Saturday. But yeah, that's basically it. I want to give a shout out to uh, Bruzuzi, if I'm pronouncing that right. He is my first ever fan on YouTube and the first ever fan of Dave in Korea. So thank you for watching, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. So other than that, to my friends and family, I love you all. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, and I'll see you next.